Hiya guys, and welcome back to Ace Workshop. Yeah, I disappeared for a few weeks again, but it's just been such a busy time lately. Anyway, let's keep going. I wanted to make an arbor. Those of you that watch regularly will have saw several nice drill chucks come in a few weeks ago from a subscriber. And again, I'm not going to say the name this time, but thank you so much. They're really good. So with that said, I need to make an arbor for one of them. I've got the die. I'm going to make the arbor. So as I'm filming this intro, I've already done the job, and I've in fact done the job twice, because the first time I did it, I took a shortcut, which I now know I shouldn't have taken, and it was no good whatsoever. The chuck was wobbling all over the place. I'll show you that as we go forward, and then I do it the right way, and then we finally end up with a good result. So yeah, I mean, sometimes when you take shortcuts, you get away with it. You become complacent, you take shortcut after shortcut, you get away with it, and then they come along and bite you on the bum, and you've got to do it the right way. So this was one of those occasions. Anyway, enjoy guys. So making an arbor for one of the drill chucks. I did show that I've got the die in now, half inch 20 TPI, half inch UNF as we call it. So just finishing this shaft down, which is going to fit 12mm collet. So I mean, size, let's say it's not critical, because it's going to fit in the R32 collet, but it needs to be less than 12mm or less. So I've got the mic out, got a good mic. It's sort of not warm, it's lukewarm. Okay, so another little scratch across there. 12.063. So if I put 0.05 on my dial, just a touch more, maybe 0.7 I put on 0.07 on my dial, and run the finishing cut down there, running under feed, nice and slow. I've got a centre in the end, or a centre hole. I don't really need it. So yeah, this should bring me to size now. A little shatter there, is it? No, not really. Yeah. I just took a 0.1 cut, the previous cut. This one's 0.07. Last cut run lovely, and this one's having a whistle. I left it 0.2 up. I got 2 cuts at 0.1, but actually it took a bit more up in the first pass, probably because I was taking rough cuts before that, and there was a bit of spring in it. And my previous measurement was with a caliper, not a mic. So my own fault. Should have stopped about a ½ mil up and mic'd it, rather than using the caliper. Go into a 40mm depth. Let's just have a measure of that now. Still not hot, not appreciably warm. Well, 12.01. Yeah, I'm going to polish that now. I should have taken a touch more, but I think if I polish that, and then I'll just check it with a collet. In fact, I could. You know what, theoretically, I'm going to take another pass. You know, if it's 11.97, I'd be happy. Gonna polish it anyway, give it a little rub over with some emery. But yeah, I'm aiming for a size. Let's say if it was 11.9mm diameter, it'd be absolutely fine. But as long as it's less than 12. So I'm scratching this off, and that's now shattering. Why is that? Probably lost the edge on the tip. this bit of bar I got in here runs right through the chuck and it's a bit bent. So now I'm running at this high speed, I got a bit of vibration in the lathe. So it's a bit of salvage bar. Don't know what it is, but it's good stuff. Certainly not free machining. Okay, I'm going to come out of that point. Let's have a little waz over the top. Tidy it up. Good enough finish on there. Right, I'm going to put a chamfer on now. Not at that speed, I'm not. Nice big chamfer on there. Let's just give it another little tickle over the end where I've just chamfered it. So, how warm is that? Yeah, it's probably grown a touch, but let's see what diameter we're on now. .974. Okay, let's go the other end. Well, I've got a bit of taper in there. 11.981. Okay, so I'm going to call that for size. Have I got 12mm collet to hand? Be nice, wouldn't it, just to try it? I think that's 12. It is indeed. That's the bite. Right, that's that side done. Well, not that side done. So on the back of the chuck, let me show you the chuck I'm going to be fitting. It's this 10mm Jacobs. Well, it's 3/8. It's 3/64 to 3/8. It's got a 1/2 inch 20 thread in the end. So this diameter here would be about 19mm. So I'd like a shoulder to screw the arbor in, 19 diameter. So I'm going to do a clean up on this diameter here. Let's just see what it is, and maybe 5mm back. So my first shoulder was 40. As long as I got more than 5, that'll be fine. Yeah, that's about 47. Okay, this diameter's in fresh air, so it doesn't really do anything at all. Let's take a scratch on there and see what it looks like. Okay, what diameter did that come out at? No need for the mic for that. 18.4. So if I just go on the back here, yeah, that's going to be more than big enough. Oh, can you see it? I don't know if you can. Anyway, yeah, it covers the whole of that flat anyway on the back of the chuck. So yeah, that's that. So I need to bring it out in the chuck again now and slice it off with enough meat for me to do the other side. So I know that's going to be more than enough. So how much meat do I need for the other side? If I measure the depth in the chuck here, 24mm. Yeah, don't want it that full length, but from that back of that shoulder is going to be 24mm. So I need at least 25. I need at least 30 from this space. I can always shorten it up afterwards, so if I part it at 30 from that face, then I can grab it by the 12mm, go from there. So let's just line that up. Okay, close enough for what I'm doing. 30 mil. Oh, stuck it out just the right amount in the chuck there. Okay, how brave am I going to be? Quite brave. Let's have that feed off. How will this part? I do not know. Let's have some metalworking fluid. Let's try it. What am I running at? 700. Slower touch. Try it to 6. You won't be able to see there. This compound slide replacement, the riser block under my tool post, it just takes all the hassle out of parting off. As you can see, this tool is just diving in there, really. No dramas, no jumping around, no jiggery pokery, no being scared of parting. Don't know how deep am I? I think that's within snap off territory. There it is. Okay, so as you can see, that parted off. Yeah, dead simple. No dramas, no nothing. So I put the improvement down to using a block like this instead of a compound in general use, and I only ever put the compound on when I want to put an angle on, really, or you know, when I need to put an angle on. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the compound I've got. This tool post fits straight on top, but this just, rigidity of the machine is chalk and cheese to how it would be with the compound slide on. So I can get rid of that big chunk of bar now. I can try. I didn't have my tailstock in the way, so yeah, big chunk of bar. I think it's an old cylinder rod out of something. Oh, where is it? It's an old cylinder rod out of a hydraulic cylinder, something like that. So it's good stuff. Yeah, it's good stuff. So, right, my question now, let's get a proper brush. You know, I get through a lot of brushes in the workshop here. I just buy cheap, nasty paint brushes from wherever, when I see them on offer. Pack of brushes, you know, that sort of idea. Let's have some swap out the way on the lathe here. Yeah, I buy a pack of brushes, and when they start to look like that, it's time to say goodbye to them. Yeah. So, don't like having masses of swap around if I can help it. I mean, there are jobs where you're just going to be creating masses of swap, but when I get the opportunity, normally if I'm changing the job or changing something in the chuck, I'll give it a wipe through. So let's see how nicely this holds. You know what, with hindsight, I should have put a chamfer on that edge there while I had it in there, but anyway, not to worry. I can still do it by holding it out here somewhere and coming in this side, but I think for now, I'm not going to worry. Okay, so that's held the other side. Let's make a plan of attack for this. So I touched the tool on the face of the jaw, step back 5 mil, set a 0. That 0 is going to be how far I turn this shoulder back when I have a shoulder. But overall length of this, we're going to drop it down to have a bit of clearance. I don't want it bottoming out. I want it to bottom out on the shoulder, not in the bottom of the hole. I'm just spacing it off to 24 mil, which should be there. Okay, right, I need to turn it now to, I'm going to go for like 12.8 diameter, something like that. Let's see how this fares. Oh, I've got Vito. So I'll stop a mil from the chuck, or a mil from my 0. That'll allow me to face it afterwards. So I've measured the inside of the chuck, and there seems to be a small register in there, like 12.8. So I'll have a look. I'll get down to that sort of zone, try the end of this in that register. That should help to true it up, so I'm not relying on the thread to true it up. Okay, so I'll have 1 mil cut there. Let's see how we get on. Take 1 mil off the OD. That's alright. So this is very much going to be roughing out for a while. Bring you back when we're somewhere near. So we're about ½ mil off the diameter now. So I'm just facing this to make that shoulder 5 mil wide. Point 1 to come off it. There we go. Again, down a wide 5 mil, that's just what I went with. Okay, so that's that shoulder done. Right, 1.5 was my mark. I'm going to take a 0.1 cut, see where we are. I think I'm about ½ mil up at the moment, but it's hardly taking a cut actually. I'll let it run, I'll measure it. So this being a ½ inch 20 thread, I'm going to look for 12.7 mil on the mic, maybe 12.6 would be okay. It's only screwing in and staying in there forever. I don't want to make it hard, I've only got to dive for this, like I said. So I think get the parting tool out, which has disappeared on me. No, it hasn't. I think we're going to have an undercut. 2 mil from that back face. 2 mil. Yeah, 2 mil, be fine. So I'm going to touch it on there. Set a 0, come out 2 mil. Right. How deep do I want this undercut? Yeah. What's the thread depth on a ½ inch 20? I'm going to put the undercut 40 thou. For the touch. Let's have a little brush with some compound in, stop me shattering. What are we running at? 750 should be alright. Here's touch. Another ½ mil. That'll do me. Okay, so hopefully the thread will run out into there. I think I would also put a little pilot on the end, undersize, to a point where the die will slip on. So that'll help with me with a die alignment, and that can be about, I don't know, 4 mil long. Say about that long. Give myself a 0. Don't know what size I'm heading for here. I'll get the die out, measure it. So, jumper on there. Ooh, jumper on there. Already put a jumper on the lead in for the die. Now, I haven't got a die holder for this size die. I could make a die holder, but I can't see me needing it again. So what I'm going to do is use the tailstock. It just fits on that register that I've turned. Just which side's the starting side? Let's go that way. I'm going to use the tailstock against it. It's not a split die. I'm going to hold it in the big mold grips and hand wind it on. Yeah, not ideal, but that's what I'm going to do. So, let us have everything out the way. Set my tool post off. Okay. Let's have a clean it. Yeah. Let's throw the dye all over the lathe. Okay. So we want, got a centre in there. Let's have that out the way. Okay. That should be okay. So I need a load of gloop on there. Done that. The dye in place on there. Let's bring the quill in to hold the dye square. Just as a starter. Okay, let's have that back a bit. So, need to find the big mold grips now. Hang on to that. So I'm just taking this very gently, keeping force on, well, gentle force on. You know what, I think maybe worth me just tightening that jack up. I don't want it slipping, damaging the 12mm. It's going. Oh, slipping in the mold grips. Bit more tension. Okay. Looks okay. What I can see of the thread anyway. So I ran the thread as far as I could get it down without hitting the little register I did, and back off again. Looks quite tidy. I just run a triangular file over it just to tidy up the sharp edges or what have you. Now a little problem, the depth of this hole may be just over 24mm, but the thread doesn't go right to the bottom. So I think I need to remove a few of these threads off here and just reduce that diameter down on the end now. Maybe take a couple of mil off the length as well, because I've just tried screwing it on and it screws on and stops. A few mil from the top. I don't think it's the thread at this end. I think it's bottoming out. So or bottoming out of the thread in the bottom. So there's more than enough thread in there. It doesn't even need to be as long as it is, to be honest. So I think pop the tool post back up. Let's just fix that issue. So I'm leaving my lead screw engaged all the time. Okay, I got a single point in there. That's a bit out of focus, isn't it? What's going on there? Let's come out a bit. Okay. So I got a single point in there. Let me come out a bit. On the back of the lathe, I have a winding handle. which, as you can see, well, I'll do it, I can wind the headstock, and I'm turning the lead screw, everything else. I've got the gears in mesh. Where are we? Here. I've set these gears up in the headstock in this orientation, and I did a scratch pass first, and I'll just run that cut again. Winding the headstock, and I can come right up to that shoulder. I can just slow down. I've got a little undercut. You can see I'm just about to hit the chamfer there. I'll wind out and then reverse the cut. Wind the head backwards. So yeah, I mean, you know, you could do this under power, but I'd be on the stop start button. There's no foot brake or anything like that on these lathes, and I find, obviously, if I was doing a really long thread, I would do it under power. But yeah, so I'm just going to go, that was 0.6, so let's go 0.65. Another cut. There we are. I can stop it really, really precisely. Wind back out. Wind backwards. So I'm off the end. So on and so forth till I get to size. So at least now I know the thread is going to be concentric to the 12mm it fits in the collet and in the same plane. Yeah, I basically messed up with the die, didn't I? Shortcuts, eh? Right, should be getting down to the last cut now. Whole turn out. Put a cut on helps aid. Right, 0.1 there. Here. There. Reset a 0. 1 complete turn. I think I'll run that cut again and then maybe another 0.05. So that's that cut again. That's not cutting anything. So I'm going to get to a point where I think the die will just screw on there by hand. The die I used before. And because I've pre-cut so much of the thread, that should keep the die straight. And we won't have that wobbly problem again. So a bit more lube on there. Okay. I'm going to run that cut again. Okay, so I haven't got a die holder with this die, but I've improvised, and it's literally, I think it's just forming the thread now. I got it to the point where I could screw the die on, like almost a full turn, before it bound up. Right, I'm against the shoulder there. Okay. As you can see, using a spanner on the jaws, not the chuck key for this, but very little load actually. Hoping that this time we've got something usable. Oh, before I started with the die, I did remove the first few threads off the end, down to the root where the die would just slip over the shaft without touching it, and that helped me line it up to get it started. And as I say, it screwed on probably almost a whole revolution before it started cutting, so I think I got a fighting chance of having it square. So let's have a quick look, see what that thread looks like. Does seem to run through. Okay, so I'll dress that thread up now, and we shall try again and see what end result we get this time. Just clean that thread up. Moment of truth. to the shoulder. That's better. Now it's running true. One thing I hadn't mentioned, I did take the drive belt off the stepper motor, or off the lead screw, while I was doing that, because I was driving the lead screw with the banjo and the gears, just as you can imagine, so didn't want the stepper turning as well. So yeah, just disconnecting the drive band. I'll put that back in now, and we'll have our variable power feed again. So I forgot to show, I've just put the original arbor back up, and yeah, let's see. 0.64 millimeters. Yeah, really awful. I've just put the Arpage 20 tap in the chuck in the middle here, running nice and slow, and I've got about 0.02 millimeters of run out. I think we'll call that a huge success. That's not bad at all, is it? Well, it's fine for me. Well, there we are. End result was good. Original one, I think, I need to get a little frame on the wall. Do I have a bin of sin? Anyway, we all could have a bucket of those, I'm sure, and it wouldn't take long before we were holding so many sins that, yeah, we'd have to get a bigger shed. So that piece of material will be reused for something else. And it was really hard stuff. I don't know what it was, but it was horrible to work with. Probably made a rod for my own back with that, but at least with it being so tough, it should last for many years. Anyway, with that said, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you all very soon. Cheers now.